So this time fifth part of the French Revolution, and in the above parts we have discussed that a new constitution was made in France and the people there was very excited and was happily living, and the king was given only the veto power, and some changes was there in the French constitution. So now let's start with the topic that what happened after that, and what did the king took the step towards the people's reaction. Now the king Louis XVI was planning to get his throne again. Yes, he was planning to get his throne again. He was thinking to take the help from Persian king and Australian king. The Australian king and the Persian king was also frightened as seeing the scenario of France. They were frightened as they were thinking that the people in their countries can also took this step towards the king, and the king would left with no money and no the palace, and just the veto power would be there. So they were also ready to help Louis XVI. On April 1972, the revolution took place between the French people and the Persian king and Australian kings. So this time the French people have to fought against the Persia and Australia. So during this time many things emerges, like in before we have discussed that many books writers emerges. So this time also many things emerges, like songs. Yes, the song of Merciless was emerged during this time. Merciless was the song which was the later became the national anthem of France. This song emerged in France as it was that situation arised in France in which the help of people is needed by heart. Like the people of France needed the help and the army support was there. So to arise the national feeling in the people of France, this song was made by the people to arise the national feeling in them. Now Jacobin club, like many political club in that period arise, and one of them was Jacobin club. It was a huge club and it was a very popular club in France, and the head of the club was Maximilien Robespierre. And in 1792, the food prices also increased in Paris, which brought a new scenario in France. Louis XVI was kept in prison as they lost the fight, they lost the revolt, the king lost it, and so the people decided to keep him in the prison. And French again made a new constitution. There were elections held for 20 plus of men, like men age of 20 plus, 21 plus can vote. Rich or poor, no matters. Now National Assembly was called convention. So we can say this was a step toward democracy. Now 21st September 1792, Republic Monarch or Monarch Republic. In this time, the monarch and the republic was both together formed. Like monarch was again given a very less than a veto power. Like the monarch would just have the right to sign on the papers, and republic, as we know, we can choose our own government on our behalf, and it's people's government. It's people government. We have to choose our own government on our behalf. Now 21st June 1793. On this date, Louis XVI was killed, and after some days, his wife was also killed. Now, while Louis XVI was killed, he was killed by the people of Jacobin Club, and he was killed because the misthinking was again there. The people thought that he was again planning something against them. Now, Max Robespierre became the head of France, and Jacobin Club was given all the power. Now, again by Maximilian, some changes in constitution was done. He made some rules, and people have to follow by hooks and crooks. Like it was, if the people will not follow his rule, then he would kill those people. Like if the government says that the things are done wrong as per his rule, then he would guillotine the people. And the situation was that many of the French population was killed during this time by Maximilian Robespierre. 1793 and 1794 was given the title, this year was given the title the Reign of Terror. Like this year was the very humiliating year in terms of France and was termed Reign of Terror. The people were guillotined. And what is guillotine? Guillotine is a device made by Dr. Guillotine which is used to kill the people. Its structure is given below, and it has two poles, and that time it was made up of wood and a blade